Hey, what's up guys, Midge HD here, and I will be doing a review on the Phoenix and JC Wings / Gemini Jets and Inflight 200 777 300ER molds. I said I'd do it, it's been a long time coming. I will also do maybe a 747 one between JC Wings / Gemini and B-Box and Inflight, and I'll do a 787 one between JC Wings and Phoenix models. So anyway, we have three aircraft lined up here to represent the manufacturers. So the first one, we have an Eva Air 777-300ER in the Hello Kitty livery, the first one, because there's a second one that's just come out. Air New Zealand 777-300ER in the Hobbit livery, the first one. And the one I recently did, TAM 777-300ER with the Star Alliance logo. So this one here, Inflight, JC Wings, or / Gemini Jets, because they use the same mold, and Phoenix. First off, I will show you the differences in the boxes that they put their models in. So the first one, not too worried about what it actually looks like, but how it works. So you've got just a normal flap here to open it up. It's technically just a massive cardboard box, that one. Next one is the JC Wings box. JC Wings and Gemini boxes do differ. So this one is just a slide out box, so you just pull the actual box out of the cover, and then you've got a flap down here which you can open it up. Hopefully not spending too much time on the boxes and what comes in. Inflight one, technically the same, except instead of lifting from the bottom here like you would with JC Wings, you lift it from the top. So you just would pull the top off here. As you can see, that's how it came packed. I didn't show that in the actual video, but it came packed like that. And then a Gemini box would pretty much be the same as a Phoenix one. It's got the little flap here. Alright, now I'll show you what it comes packed in. This is basically the standard stuff now. Okay, we'll start with the Inflight one. So you've just got foam. Oops. Just some plastic in there that helps protect the model. So you place it for the stand and get a little card with it. Then we have JC Wings / Gemini Jets one. Little thing here for the tail. It's basically the same. This one was an older model and it didn't have the plastic stuff, but the new ones do. And this is how you would receive your Phoenix model. You sort of separate the plastic pieces like that, and you get the idea, and it will all just sit in there. Alright, so one quick look at the stands as well. Here's the Inflight stand, all metal base, and this would just, you've got to unscrew that, and you screw it on, it should just sit on like that. It's a very nice stand. I wouldn't trust it though, because I just don't think it sits in properly. I think they'll fix it. But they've got a plaque there. JC Wings stand / Gemini stand. Gemini stand. The only difference between the two would be that this wouldn't have a plaque on the Gemini stand, but because this is JC Wings, they do. So it's a nice wooden base. I like this stand the best because you haven't got metal. It's not all metal to scratch it. However, I would try and, if I were them, countersink these holes a lot better so the screws actually sit flush, because they can scrape across the table, especially if you've got a table like mine. It's glass, so it'll get scratched if there's metal going across it like this on a screw. And it's got a nice padded base. so your model doesn't get scratched underneath. And finally, the Phoenix stand. Got a little screw that came with it, and you just pop that in there and screw it in on the bottom. This one, not enough to hold the model on, so I wouldn't really trust it. Not enough space either that would sit under the model. Just this little circle. So, yeah. And we should go on to the models now, and we'll start with the Phoenix one. So let's do printing of the models. So if you can see, they've got really good printing on the models. The Phoenix have done a very good job on theirs. I just have to tilt it a bit because the camera is in the way. Done a very, very nice job of putting the decals on. Then with JC wings. Great looking model. You see here there's this little piece that looks like it's come off. That was my own fault, that's not a manufacturing problem. As you can see, looks very good. And pretty accurate in terms of placing and colours. And then the tan one. The only problem I find with the tan one, when I'm holding it right now, is that it's noticeably heavier. A lot heavier. Also, one of my subscribers, also someone who commented on this video that I did of this model, he said his was noticeably heavy as well, and I think they can fix that. Okay. What I do now is actually take that off the tripod, it might be easier, and we'll do an engine comparison. Line these up properly. Start off with the Inflight engine. Inflight, for their first time at a 777-300ER, they've done really well with the engine. It's the right size, and the strake I think is a little bit off, but looks very nice. Fan blades look very good. Although they might be a little bit deep. But yeah, that engine looks very, very nice. In terms of detail, good level of detail. Pretty impressed. JC wings, easily the best looking engines they put on. The most accurate, I find. And yeah, you can never go wrong with a JC wings or Gemini Jets engine. And finally the Phoenix. They had a good attempt, as you can see. It's tilting upwards, which I don't think is, well, it's definitely not correct, but I don't think it actually looks that good when it's tilted up like that. Engine is a little bit small. However, inside on the fan blades, they don't really get the curves right on the fan blades, and the strake is pretty good. But yeah, this was their first 777 model, so they did a fairly good job on the engines. Alright, so I think JC Wings and Gemini Jets win that round in terms of engine quality. Now let's look at gear quality. And they roll quite well, except this one I think they could have made the gear go in deeper, because it does like to sort of pop out from time to time, and it can ruin the paint on the nose. They do swivel, so that's good. There is also the tilt, which is good. And on the JC Wings one, swivels, rolls really nicely, and it tilts. However, this model is over a year old, and if you look at the recent Gemini and JC Wings models, you would see that they have had some quality issues with their gears. They've seemed to slip off in an area where they dominated. So I, at this point, don't see Gemini and JC Wings leading the gear quality range. Now let's look at the Phoenix. So it does swivel, as you can see, rolls really nicely, and tilts. In terms of actual look of the gears, Phoenix have done a pretty basic job overall. Although, at least they roll, not like the recent Gemini Jets gears. But the quality of them are very good. They do look very good, I have to say. Very accurate. And the Inflight ones look slightly better because they've got the little pipe that runs underneath. It looks very good. So in terms of gears, I would like to say Gemini Jets and JC Wings if they had kept the same quality like on this Air New Zealand one. But recently, I would have to say that they are not the clear winners. I would say Inflight have done a much better job. Their gears roll, swivel, tilt, stay on a lot better as well, because if you haven't noticed, the JC Wings and Gemini ones, when you roll them, they can come off quite easily. As I said, this one, when you roll it, front one does kind of slip out. But for JC Wings and Gemini, it's the main ones, because they have a little thing that sticks out, which the gear hooks onto, so basically ensures that the gear won't fall off when you roll it. So Inflight are definitely the winners, and that's the Inflight gear doors. I throw it on here so I wouldn't forget which aircraft, but these are the JC Wings one. Good that they include an actual piece to pull the gears off with, like toothpicks. But however, the Phoenix one is not magnetic gears like the other two. They just stay on there. Now let's look at wing quality. So Phoenix, very detailed. They've got the emergency exit, flap slats, ailerons, and the nose step markings. And then you see the right wingtip at the end. Let's look at the front of the wing. They have the landing light there. They also have the navigation lights. Now let's look under the wing. Detail, not so much underneath the wing, but they've got the basic stuff there. Flap slats, ailerons. Alright, so now let's look at the JC Wings model. There's the right wingtip, very nice. You've got the little piece at the end where the strobe is. All of the markings, very well detailed. The leading edge, got the landing light there. And the navigation light. Let's look under the wing. Slightly more detailed than Phoenix. See if I can get the focus better. So JC Wings is looking good right now. And then the Inflight one. Sorry about how long this video is. I'm trying to get everything in, all the information to help you guys choose a preferred manufacturer in terms of their quality. And the leading edge. They also have the landing light there. They have a better looking landing light, I have to say. And they've got navigation light, and they also have the strobe lights, which is also good. Underneath, pretty much just as detailed as the JC Wings one. Out of these three, JC Wings / Gemini are a lot better in terms of quality of the wings. More detailed, just slightly ahead of Inflight. It's just their level of detail on the wings has been basically perfected. It can't get any better. Alright, so let's look at the tail section now. So we've got the vertical stabilizer, or the tail. See the rudder there, clear rudder marking, and all the other trim tabs, everything like that. Horizontal stabilizer. They've got the logo lights there, there's 2 grey dots there. And there's the APU. Very good, very well detailed APU. You have the strobe light there that sticks out. Then we go on to Phoenix. And not sure what's going on in the tail, but they have a whole lot of markings for some reason. But I do see the rudder there, which is this long here, by the way. Horizontal stabilizers, 2 grey dots right there. They do have the logo lights, which is good. APU, it's alright. Not as good looking as JC Wings, and there's no strobe light there. And then for Inflight, again, very good looking tail, horizontal stabilizer, 2 logo lights there, which is good. APU looks very good. They've actually got a slight hole in there, so it's a bit more realistic. But that strobe light actually sticks out a bit too far. However, I think in this model, the empennage is it's a clear winner. It just looks better, and yeah. So I don't think Phoenix is winning much here in terms of the quality. But they did a great job, I would have to say. Just to show you guys a look from the front. The shape of the wings. JC Wings looks better from the front, I would say. Yeah. But they do all look good. Okay. Now let's look at details on top and underneath the aircraft. So we have emergency escape hatch, beacon light, antennas. Very, very well detailed. This one is more like a 3D, which is good. However, they're not sort of molded onto the aircraft. Well, they shouldn't be. JC Wings got a slight, a little more, sorry, a little more in terms of antennas. These are supposed to stick out, and that one there. This was an older model. They actually do stick out now, which is good. Actually, well, I will show you underneath the aircraft. I'll just get the Phoenix one in a second. And they do have stand antennas underneath and the anti-collision light. And underneath the Phoenix one, it's actually Eagle, sorry, but yeah, no one really knows Phoenix. And the antennas, they have antennas under there, but no anti-collision light. I could have used a newer Phoenix or Gemini model. Sorry, JC Wings or Gemini model. That hasn't been on my channel in a while, that New Zealand one, that's why I used it. Emergency, escape hatch, beacon lights, antennas, all that kind of stuff, SATCOM. So all three actually have 3D antennas, beacons, and SATCOMs. That has anti-collision, antennas, has a tail skid. Not sure if on the JC Wings one I saw a tail skid. Yes it does, in Phoenix. No it doesn't. In terms of small detailing that you would find on the fuselage, definitely JC Wings. They have more pitot tubes at the front as well, and static ports, more of those kind of markings, more of the really small markings. Inflight has quite a few, and so does Phoenix. However, JC Wings, they are more accurate, more clear markings, and all the kind of quality you would expect. And that pretty much wraps this video up, I think. Pretty sure I've shown you everything. If you think I may have missed something, please tell me in the comment section. I might be able to get another video up. Also check out my previous video, which was I think the JC Wings September releases that were announced about a week ago. I was going to do the video then, but I hadn't got onto it. And I will do a review, as I said, on the 787s and possibly the 747s. So anyway, if you did like this video, please leave a like. It would really help. Also spread the word so other people can decide, you know, which manufacturer they may want to buy from next. If they've got competition between JC Wings and let's say Inflight of the same model, you know, they might go for Inflight. You never know. Also, yeah, as I said, comment, tell me if I've missed anything, or you know, your favorite manufacturer, or you know, which manufacturer you have decided is now better after watching this. And subscribe for more. I have a lot more models on the way. Hopefully there should be new models shipped out soon. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed, and if you stayed this long or this far into the video, thank you so much. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.